guys, welcome back to another week's episode here in the kitchen. This week I'm going to continue on with the leftover barbecue type recipes. This week I'm doing a leftover brisket French dip sandwich. So let me get everything set up and we'll be back in just a moment. Okay, so we are starting off with about 2 tablespoons of olive oil over medium-low heat. What I'm going to do is take 1 small onion and 4 cloves of garlic. Chop the onions up, julienne them actually. What I'm going to do is cook them all the way down to the caramelized. This could take about 20 minutes or so. In the last 5 minutes, I'll add some chopped mushrooms. Go ahead and spread them out. Do a pinch of salt. Actually, about 2 should work it. And a little bit of pepper. Let those go for a little while and we'll be back in a bit. Alright, so the onions are pretty well rendered down. They're almost caramelized there. We will go ahead and start adding the mushrooms in and get them rendering down. Stir that up. Now you gotta remember, you're going to try to keep the drippings here because we're going to make an au jus out of it, which is the dip, of course, that you dip the sandwiches into. Au jus, which is French for water juice. So we shall be right back. Alright, now we got the mushrooms rendered down and the onions very well caramelized. We'll go ahead and rehydrate with 3 pads of butter. Let those melt down before we add the meat. What I've done, excuse me. Alright, so what I've done is I've added a ½ pound of brisket that I got from the local barbecue place. What I've done is chopped it up to small pieces. I'll let these render for a while, get some of the fat to release. Mix it in with the onions and mushrooms. These should soften up. And we'll remove these, put these in a bowl, and render out some white wine and start making the au jus. So we'll be back in just a bit. So we remove the meat, the onions, and the mushroom. We have the dripping still left over. Doesn't matter to leave a few things in there. Kind of adds to the flavor a little bit. What you want to do. Sorry, I've really gripped this thing closed. There we go. We're going to take about I'd say about a ½ cup of white wine, about a ¼ cup to a ½ cup. Put that in there. Let it deglaze and reduce down to half. Go ahead and put some of the leftover pieces down in there and let them add to the flavor. While it's doing that, I will add some black pepper to it. And a few pinches of salt. So I'll just leave it there at 2. As you can see, it's already reduced down quite a bit. Try to get some of the stuff off the back of the spoon here. Get that down in the wine. Alright, so next up I am going to add some beef stock or beef broth. Use about 2 cups. You don't need much. There we go. Fill up the pan about halfway. And let that come to a quick boil, and then we'll drop the temperature on it. So we'll be right back. While we're waiting for it to come to a boil, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of Worcestershire sauce to it. I'd say about 2 tablespoons, or 2 teaspoons, I apologize. You don't need much because it goes a long way. That should be good right there. And you can season it up with other seasonings. I usually put a little bit of onion powder and some oregano in it. You can do Italian seasoning, stuff like that. I'll go ahead and put this in here. Don't need much, about a teaspoon of oregano or Italian seasoning, whichever one you're doing. And go ahead and do your onion powder. Say about a teaspoon of onion powder, not much. That's about a half teaspoon for the amount that I'm making. And just let that come to a rolling boil. And that will be your au jus. I'm going to set up to toast the bread and get the sandwiches started here in just a moment. So we'll be right back. Alright, so while I have the au jus on the side here, cooking, I have my press pan. I'm going to put 4 pads of butter down. And what I did was I cut 4 slices of French or Italian loaf real thick. What I'll do is put those on top of the butter. I like to compress them down because they absorb more au jus that way. This might get a little packed. Yeah, they might get a little packed. I'm going to have to cook one separately, which is fine. we will make one of these sandwiches separate. So we'll go ahead and put 2 on here for right now. And press down the bread. Alright, so let me let those toast for a bit and we'll be right back. So with the toast made, I've already transferred the au jus to a dish. I'm using the pan that I made the au jus in, so I will take the toast, put it down here. Take a little bit of a meat mixture. If I can get it out of the bowl without dropping everything. We'll throw it on here. Add a little bit more. And we'll take 3 slices of provolone. I usually use smoked provolone. We'll cover that. And we will put this on here to trap in the heat. I release the smoke a little bit here and there. I got a little bit too warm. Go ahead and put the other piece of bread on. And while that's going, I'll go ahead and flatten out the rest of the bread. Get 2 large pads. Give that a good squish. Alright. And this should be ready to go. Alright, let me go ahead and get this cut and get some pictures real quick. And if you like what you saw, please give me a thumbs up. And until next time, have a great week and a great weekend. And bon appetit.